Hey everybody, it is Lawrence, lawrencelanoff.com. Subscribe to this channel right now. If you do like the subject matter that I'm going to be speaking about, please feel free to share this with your friends. So, a little background about me. I am in Neil Strauss's new book, The Truth, an uncomfortable look at relationships. Well, hey, we are going to comfortably look at relationships because the reason I'm in his book is I am the guru to gurus. I am the person that people contact when they are looking for advice, especially around sex and relationships, and specifically open relationships. And so in this particular segment, we're going to talk about, do open relationships work? And here's what I have to say to you. The reality is, relationships and open relationships work if you follow a set of principles. So the biggest thing that I see, the biggest problem that people have when it comes to open relationships is them not asking for what they actually want and or trying to convince another human that what they want is the right thing and the other human should go along with what they want. In other words, we, instead of finding people that are like us and that are like-minded and want similar things that we want and pairing with them and sharing with them, we oftentimes will like discover something and then want to pull people who really don't want to play that particular game into our game. So this has to do with what my friend Reid Mihalko, readaboutsex.com, what he calls is dating your own species. Taking it a step further, do open relationships work? Yes, they work if you are dating people who also are interested in alternative open relationships. If you are dating somebody, let's say, who is, I want a house and a white picket fence and till death do us part, and you're trying to bring them into this thing, that's a lot of hard work and really it's unfair to that person. But if I am finding like-minded people, and one of the reasons I'm sharing this work with you is so that you too can find community and begin to develop tools for discussing your deepest desires concerning open relationships. And so when we move out of the frameworks of traditional, one way is the way, which is sort of codified as monogamy. Like monogamy is the way, it's the ordained way, it's the way everybody should be. But once we have done enough work on ourselves to kind of break free of those models, or at least start questioning those models, they very quickly break down. And then you're around finding other people who are also asking questions about these old models, because it's like anything. Look, nobody would have a problem with you saying, hey, I've got a map, it's 2,000 years old. Do you think maybe we should upgrade our thinking around this map? Come on, we do this all the time. We're always upgrading. We upgrade watches, we upgrade computers, we upgrade. I just bought my iPhone and I have to upgrade it. This is life. Like, we upgrade everything, but we don't upgrade our models of relationship. The work we're doing now, the work I am doing, cutting edge work, is about you and me upgrading our ideas of what relationships are. And in upgrading your thinking, the way you think and look about relationships, the way you think and look about sex and sexual energy, the way you think and look about how two people interact with each other. Are they interacting as adults, or are they interacting as property? Our standard monogamous construct deals with people as property, where we own them, where we literally are in wedlock. We lock them in. We lock in their genitals, we lock in their sexuality, we lock in their minds, we lock in everything. Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually gets locked down, and then we wonder why the divorce rate is over 50% around the world, and also why there's so much dissatisfaction and people cheating. It's because what doesn't work are the old models. And what I'm offering to you is a new way of thinking about relationships. So in my experience, having been in open, healthy, open, drama-free open relationships for now over 15 years, my experience is that if you set the foundation right, if you start thinking right from the very beginning about what you want and how you, in partnership with someone else or some others else, how you want to create your new upgraded relationship, yes, then the answer is yes, they do work. Not only do they work exceptionally well because they're based on principles of adulthood, on principles of trust, on principles of communication, on principles of not ownership, but rather adult empowerment and self-empowerment. They're based on the idea of choosing into and choosing to play with like-minded people who want similar things that you want. Not using coercion, I'm not trying to convince other people, but rather opening a possibility, because the reality is when it comes to relationships, you don't know what you don't know. So it is only until you understand different ways of thinking and being that suddenly it's like, oh, and this whole new world opens up. So I personally think that when we take that uncomfortable look at relationships, what we can really discover is that we as adults can start creating the relationships that we really want. And so my answer is yes, open relationships work, and they work really well if you follow my set of principles and ideas and thoughts that will help you to learn how to create the kinds of relationships that you want in your life, open or otherwise. All right, well, thank you so much for listening. I hope you learned something. It's always interesting because really the change in reality and the change in your reality starts here. Until the next time, it's Lawrence. I'll see you in the next video. If you like this video, feel free to share it with your friends, anybody who you think might find value in beginning to open the discussion on open relationships. Feel free to share this with them. Subscribe to my channel right now and look forward to new videos and discussions coming up. And if you have any questions, feel free to write them below. Thanks so much for listening. Have a remarkable day. And yes, open relationships work. Yay! I'm so happy about that. Yay! Isn't that awesome? I know. Thank you.